You have to fully accept that your will is not going to be entirely your own. I think when you truly come to understand what accompanies this idea of enlightenment, the idea is actually quite scary. And for many of you, you will fight against this inner peace, this point of tranquility, this alignment in yoga, they say. They say that yoga is unity between dualism. So if you take the yin-yang model of reality, walking in yoga, walking in alignment, walking with the Tao, as the Taoists would say, is a form of enlightenment. And why I believe this is such a contentious issue with a lot of modern Western men is because you have to surrender your free will to become truly enlightened. And even entertaining that idea is something your ego will fight against very heavily. I don't believe too much in this idea that the enlightened individuals are atop a snowy Himalayan mountain peak, or meditating in a cave, or have generally taken the path of the ascetic. I believe we've all had experiences where we flit in and out of that eternal state of being with no reference back to the intellect, but we move from a place of presence continually, and we are deeply immersed in the river of life without any reference again back to our own desires, our own wants, our lusts and greeds. And when you truly move from this pace of presence, of peace, of unity, your desires melt away in the moment. I talked in the previous video about this idea of surrender, that your life will be far more entertaining if you just allow it to wash over you. That whenever an opportunity presents itself to you, that you simply move with it. That you don't cling onto your ideas, your stories that you tell yourself of who is Joseph, what are his aspirations, how is he perceived in the world, in the community, by his friends, his family, his colleagues. Who would I like him to be like? What kind of clothes does he wear? What kind of music does he listen to? What kind of car does he drive? How much money is in his bank account? Once you dispense with all these desires of the ego and you surrender to the opportunities life has presented in you, and again, that's easier said than done, isn't it? Because you will come across that resistance. It's the not knowing, not having a plan. It's driving without, or flying, without autopilot into the unknown. But the journey, the adventure, and I've experienced this intermittently, but I'm, let's say, practicing surrendering more to life's opportunities when they come to me, and again, quieting the mind, quieting the objections, quieting, again, what runs congruent with who I think I am, who the idea of Joseph is, and instead just allowing the opportunity to wash over me, immerse me in the river of life. It's an amazing thing. And it's not something, again, that you would typically entertain because of that fear of not knowing, for fear of spoiling your plan, for fear of not being in control of your free will, which is the whole premise of this particular dialogue. If you are seeking an enlightened path, if you are seeking the gasoline on a fire that will be your spiritual evolution, you have to fully accept that your will is not going to be entirely your own, that your hands are going to be the hands of God, and you are allowing him to move through you. If you don't like that word, you can use the universe, you can use life itself, you can use nature. Allow the universe to use your hands, and you be a witness to its will. It's very difficult, and I can sit here with you now and lecture about this particular topic, but will you have the presence of mind to notice when those opportunities arise, when people challenge you in life, especially again when it doesn't run consistently with your character? Will you have the strength, the presence of mind, the spiritual awareness to understand that that is simply life opening a door for you, offering you an opportunity to be in service? There's a famous teaching in the Bhagavad Gita that says you have only the right to the process of the work, but never the rewards of the work. So a true yogi is so immersed in the process, the journey, the adventure, rather than, again, reaching the top of that particular mountain peak, being associated with all the material trappings of success and wealth. That is not, we don't have a right to that. But instead we should be moving from a place that is entertaining the journey. It's all a becoming process. And if you move from this place, you will find that life rewards you intermittently for it, and not in the way you expected. And that's what's so, it's funny to say, entertaining about the whole process of surrendering, is that the process is entertaining, because you're not sure what to expect. It's not something you can predict. You just allow life to offer the opportunities, and you participate in it as much as you can. And friends, this is something I believe you should meditate on deeply. Take the time today to pause and to ask yourself, how can I be of service to life today, to the universe, to the cosmos? If you like using that word God, you can use the word God. How can I be of service? And can I be present with the process of that service? And question yourself, are you doing this particular service for the fruits of for the fruits of your labor? Or are you doing it for being present with the process, being present with the work? If you enjoy this video, my friends, you can subscribe to me, and I'll bring you something else very soon. Take care.